Alright guys, I'm picking up where I left off on the last video. In this video we're going to use SetGet to update this coin counter in the top right hand corner. We've already created a global script. Let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. Okay, now anytime one of these coins is collected, we want to update the counter in the global script, which we already do. But we also need to tell the other objects, like this coin label, that hey, something collected a coin. Now the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to use SetGet, and that is a function that will update and send out a signal telling the objects in the world that something has been collected. Okay, so I'm going to say I'm on the player UI. This is the part. This script is used to show the player how many coins they have collected. Okay, on this function, on this script, I need to make a function that updates the number of coins. So I'm going to say function coins text update. Coins. Okay. This function allows the label to be updated. Okay, so now let's do this. Let's make it where anytime this function is called, it will update the number of coins. Alright, so at the very start of this function, I want to just call this, I want to call this coins function, and I want to update the number of coins. So I'm going to say, in this function, we'll say coins collected label dot text. That means go to the label, to its text, and I want you to change it. I want you to make it equal to, let's do coins plus the string of this number right here. Actually, you know what? We want to update it with this right here, this coins, the number of coins. I was getting ahead of myself. So anytime we call this function, we're going to call it, and we're going to tell it how many coins it needs to put in the string. So this part, this updates the label with some number of coins. Okay. All right. So let's call this function at the ready. So at the very start of the game, we want to call it, and now we want to tell it how many global coins there are. So we'll say, whenever you first get created, we need you to tell us how many coins there are. At the start of each level, tell us how many coins have been collected. Okay, so at the start of each level, tell us how many coins have been collected. Alright, let's see if it's doing that. So let's run the game. So at the top it says 0. Now as I touch the coins, I'm collecting them, but my label's not updating. But if I go to another level, you'll see that, hey, it did what that function said, and it collected the coin. Okay, well that's useful, but we need to know how many coins we pick up every single time. We don't want to know just whenever we switch to a new level. We want to know every time we pick up a coin. So that means we need to call that function every time we collect a coin. Okay, so we need to call this function every time we collect a coin. So let's go to the global script here, and right next to our gold coins, we're going to use what's called SetGet, and we're going to say coin collected. Now, anytime a coin gets collected, we want to call this function, or this function needs to, we need to make this function. Let's make this coin collected. So we'll say function coin collected, and that should call this script. So anytime somebody touches the coin, it's going to say coin collected, and then we want to add and calculate the number of coins. Okay, so this function, what it's going to do when we call this function, that's going to edit how many coins there are. So we're going to say we want to call this global function collected coin, and then it's going to tell everybody else, hey, somebody collected a coin, and we're going to send it right here. This would be the how many coins were collected. So X, maybe I should name it that. How many coins were, I'll just call it coins collected. Okay, so anytime we call this function, we need to send it how many coins were collected. And then we're going to take that and we're going to add it to the coins collected. So we'll say coins collected plus equals however many we send it. Okay, so this is our new way of updating how many coins were collected. Now, every time this function is called, we need to tell everybody else who needs to know. So maybe I'll make a note here. This adds to the coins collected count, and then we need to do what's called emit a signal, or we need to tell everybody else, tell everyone who needs to know that a coin was collected. All right, we're going to do that with what's called a signal. And the signal, I'm going to call it is gold coin collected. This is like a flare that tells those who need to know that a coin was collected. Okay, so anytime this function is called by anybody, we want to tell the person who calls it's going to have to tell us how many coins would you like to collect, and then we're going to go to the coins and we're going to add that number to it, so the gold coins, and then we need to emit a signal and tell everybody else that the gold coin was collected, and basically, hey, a gold coin was collected, therefore you need to update your status. So this function updates the number of coins collected and tells everyone to update their counts. Okay, so this is on our global script here. Okay, so now we need to go back to the let's go back to the UI here, and we're going to edit how we do this part right here just a little bit. So this is still correct. This still updates it every time the level starts, But now we also need to connect our signal to this function. So I'm going to say global variables dot connect gold coins collected. You should see that there. If you don't see that there, that means you need to go back to your global variables script and save it. So do Control S to save it. Then when you go back to your gold coin or your player UI, when you go to type dot connect, it will have that signal there that you can call. So we're going to say a gold coin was collected, and we need to connect that. We need to connect this signal to ourself under the function coins text update. Okay. All right, so this signal is going, anytime that gold coin collected signal is emitted, it's going to call this, this information is going to get put out as a signal here. But we also need to tell it how many coins were collected. So let's go back to our global variable. So we're calling the function, but we also need to tell it, hey, how many coins were there collected? And I'm going to say, comma, gold coins were collected. So this is calling, or this is sending the signal, and with the signal, it's telling us how many coins were collected. So signal and signal info. And then the player UI, which is just the coins label, it says go to the global variables, connect the gold coin connected, connect that to our coins update text. Perfect. One last thing we need to do. Let's go to our gold coins, and on this script, the way we were updating the coins was like this. Now the way we want to update it is a little bit different. We're going to want to go to the global variables dot, and now we want to call that function collect coin collected, and this time we want to tell it how many coins did we collect. So update the number of coins like this. Alright. Update the number of coins by calling the function in the global scripts. Okay, let's give this a shot now. So we'll go to our game world. If we hit play, your character will walk into the coin, and anytime he touches the coin, it will send a signal to everybody else telling them, hey, a coin was collected, a coin was collected. And you'll see that that label now reacts to the character pressing the or touching the coins. If you walk into the portal, that ready function plays and it updates the coins, and now you can collect more coins and the label will still keep updating. You can go to the next level and the coins will still be updated, and you can continue to collect more coins. Alright, that is it for this video. I hope you guys learned how to use SetGet. Feel free to watch the video a couple times if it helps you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.